Suspected Golden State Killer wheeled into court, cuffed to his chair, appearing weak and feeble as he faced a judge. The 72-year-old suspect struggled to keep his eyes open. He spoke few words and was barely audible in the courtroom. KPIX 5 reporter Emily Turner was in court, and she joins us live from Sacramento. Emily?
Yeah, he looked very much an old man in the courtroom. The whole thing lasted maybe 10 minutes. In the courtroom with me, there were dozens and dozens of press, but also family members of the victims. This is the first time we've seen Joseph DeAngelo since his arrest.
It's 2 counts of murder.
He's accused of committing 12 murders and nearly 50 rapes, blamed on the Golden State Killer. But today's arraignment was for 2 capital murder charges.
I do not understand the question.
That's for the 1978 killing of Katie and Brian Maggiore, a newlywed couple living in Rancho Cordova, attacked while walking their dog at night. Katie's brother was there to see DeAngelo today.
We've been riding a roller coaster for 3 days of ups and downs where you're pretty happy for 1 minute and a huge wave of emotion comes over you the next minute and you don't even have any idea why.
He is also charged with 2 murders in Ventura County and 4 in Orange County. People who remember the gruesome crime spree showed up to see DeAngelo in person.
So we're well aware of where his crimes have taken place, and it really is still just amazing that he lived in plain sight all of these years, 7 miles from my house.
It's unclear why the 72-year-old was in court in a wheelchair, and his attorney couldn't comment because she said she frustratingly hasn't had a chance to ask.
I wanted to go visit with him. I became aware that he was in the jail. I came over, I called multiple times to get access to him. They advised me that he was being seen by medical. I waited, I called again, I waited, I called again. Then they said he was available, then he wasn't available. Then ultimately they said, well, he's now being interviewed. So I went to find out about that. I got a court order to interrupt the...
Did he make statements?
I don't know. I don't have the discovery yet.
Did he make any statements?
But I went to go talk to interrupt it, and the sheriff's department wouldn't allow me to see him. They disregarded the court order anyway.
So clearly some drama unfolding there. Of course, this whole thing continues to unfold literally minute by minute as new charges are brought or there's some new development in the courtroom. We do know, obviously, from that interview that DeAngelo has spoken with investigators. We also do know he has now spoken with his attorney. She was actually on her way to go interview him or go speak with him when we interviewed her. His next day in court will be May 14th. And the attorney says this is going to be a long, drawn-out process because as far as she understands, there are hundreds of thousands of pages in discovery. Ken?
A lot to look at. And this case is such a high-profile case, especially in Sacramento County. Do we expect the attorney to request a change of venue, try to move it out?
You know, we asked her that question several times today. She says it's too early for her to tell, but she did a little bit later on in the interview say she feels like he's already kind of been put on trial in the press, so to speak. So I would not be surprised if she does make a move for that a little bit later on.
All right, Emily Turner reporting live. Thank you, Emily.